extremely hard to judge, especially when you're talking about him eventually trying to go to the NBA, especially now because he won't be going to UCLA. And even if he does play internationally, he won't have as much exposure as he would have if he went to UCLA for a year, or even probably playing in high school with all the hoop mixtapes. Now I'm going to talk about some of LaMelo Ball's strengths now. First of all is his shooting. He can shoot from anywhere. His range is extremely good. While he doesn't shoot the highest percentage from very deep, he shoots it at a high enough percentage that you still have to somewhat respect him, meaning that he can get by people a lot easier. He's very crafty. While he's not incredibly quick, especially for the NBA level, he's very crafty and should be able to get to the basket no problem. And because of how far away from the basket people have to guard him and his craftiness, he's going to be able to get to the basket quite well. He's not incredibly quick, but he does have a great turn of speed, and his hesitations are extremely good, so he's well able to get to the basket. His handle is extremely nice as well, and it's only going to keep getting better, especially with the amount he's training. He also has great size for the point guard position. He is 6'6", and at 16 he's probably still growing. Who knows, he could end up being closer to 6'8", which is a great height for a point guard in the current NBA. LaMelo also has shown that he's got good defensive instincts, when he wants to play defense, that is, obviously. LaMelo Ball has got quick hands, he's good at intercepting passing lanes, and we know that to play in the Chino Hills system you have to have at least decent defensive instincts, which he showed in his 2 years there. And he's also got the potential to be a good passer. He's shown flashes of having almost Lonzo type vision, but it just seems like with the system he's playing in and with his dad telling him to take all the shots that he decides not to pass. When he wants to pass, he can do it extremely well. So now we're going on to the weaknesses of LaMelo Ball. First weakness, he just doesn't seem to try on defense. As I said, he showed good instincts when he wants to play defense. Most of the time he doesn't seem to try. But again, this is a type of thing that we don't know if that's just because he's playing in the Chino Hill system, in the big baller system, that he's not forced to play defense and he's just being used for offense. But we've yet to see him really focus on becoming a good defender. So while his instincts are there, we've yet to see if he can consistently be a good defender. His finishing around the basket is also very average for an NBA prospect. He seems to shy away from contact an awful lot when he plays. And even though his ability to get to the basket is good, his finishing is definitely below par. He's crafty with his floaters, can shoot them with his right hand, with his left hand. He's extremely skilled with his finishes. But if there's a defender in the way, he seems to go up weak an awful lot. And while he doesn't seem to get blocked too much, he goes for a very high degree of difficulty shots, which very rarely go in, rather than just trying to attack the big guy and maybe draw a foul. And the biggest weakness in LaMelo Ball's game is his shot selection. LaMelo Ball will frequently pull up from half court. And even though you've seen all the videos of him pointing at the halfway line, shooting it and it goes in, but if you've ever actually looked at his stats, LaMelo Ball shoots an incredibly low percentage. And the crazy thing is that from like normal threes when he's open in catch and shoot situations, he shoots an extremely high percentage. The problem is that he's a shot jacker and will consistently jack shots from the halfway line or further, which is crazy. A lot of the times you see him taking a step inside the half court and he'll jack it and not even hit the ring. Like, LaMelo Ball's shot selection is the worst I've ever seen from any player, but at the same time, in the system that he played in, their whole game plan was to get up as many shots as possible. It's hard to tell whether LaMelo Ball will keep doing this in the future. So how good is he actually? An NBA level prospect. He could well make the NBA. But the thing is, LaMelo Ball is 16 right now. It's make or break time. And in my opinion, him being pulled out of high school and not going to college could be the best thing for LaMelo Ball. Hear me out. In the Chino Hills system, he can play exactly like he is now and just jack shots. And realistically, he goes to UCLA for 1 year and then gets pulled out of there. He doesn't do well in UCLA. But if at 16 he does go to a half-decent team in Europe, it doesn't even need to be a half-decent team. The game is so much more team-oriented unless you're in a league like the English League or the Irish League where it's just give the ball to the American and get out of their way. Or if you go to Asia where it's very similar, and the same to an extent in Australia. But there's rumours of them joining one of the top teams in Croatia. And if the two Ball brothers end up in Zagreb, playing for a good Euro Cup roster,